Hello, happy Friday, woo woo. I am on my way to Maryland, actually. I teach Mandarin online at this martial arts school that I used to work at. And so I'm going to, some of the students I worked with last year, so I'm going to go visit those students and meet my new students. So 5-hour trip. A lot of good audiobooks and such prepared for the trip. I wanted to talk about today pre-affirmation work. So this is what I had alluded to but didn't actually cover once. But pre-affirmation, how to write really effective affirmations. They come from two things: from your beliefs and from your desires. Okay? So, because someone was asking, they said, "Oh, I really love your affirmations. How did you come up with them? Did you just brainstorm them? Did they just come to you?" I've been very aware of some beliefs that I have. I bought this course, an ebook called Digging Deep, a while ago, which I had started and then didn't finish, but come back to here and there. So I started. That was the first time I started discovering really my core beliefs that were limiting and calling it such, and doing that kind of work, the awareness building work. So realizing my beliefs around love. So what relationships do I find very challenging? Why? And sitting down to analyze why and the dynamics between the things is usually where I could find a lot of beliefs. So love is a good place to look with beliefs, especially when you have conflicts. Money is a good place to look too, because these are all things that are symbols of abundance. So places in your life where you should be abundant or where you don't feel abundant are usually places where there are beliefs that are needing to be reworked. So some beliefs that I was able to uncover through, for instance, that book was, what did I uncover through the book? I don't fully think very highly of myself. That was the first time I realized that. I think good of myself in terms of, I know that I have all these skills. I have very high self-esteem because I have very strong belief in my abilities and capabilities, but I don't always have strong confidence, which I don't think I said it in a YouTube video, but I had this whole, I did a spoken word. Had this whole conversation around confidence. I will do that with you all too. But confidence is essentially tied very much to integrity, having faith and reliability on yourself. So my self-confidence has been low at times because I haven't always been in integrity. And that was a belief that I first started realizing how deep that runs, because it shows up in other aspects of my life. So a recent realization, it's just kind of taking, because it's yes, you can do it in sessions. I do sessions where I'm digging deep, but also it happens often in life. It's based on how you want to go through it and how to interpret it. That's what I think is so powerful about projection work and understanding projections, is because it's an opportunity for you to better understand your beliefs at every moment. So, for instance, I was having a conversation with my partner around monogamy, non-monogamy. This is a couple months ago. And I got emotional because I realized I have this constant fear of my partner leaving me, of if we're in a non-monogamous arrangement, of somebody else being better than me, taking him away, shifting his attentions, all of that, which comes from, it hit me, poof, in the chest when I realized what it was. Oh shoot, I don't think I deserve the love that I want. I don't think I can have the love that I want. Also, I don't think that somebody loves me as much as I feel that I deserve to be loved. And I was like, whoa. And it's crazy when you come upon these beliefs, because you're that's not how I feel though. That's not what I think. That's not me. But then it's but that's actually what you believe. At least there's a part of you that believes it. And so ever since then, I was able to affirm the opposite, which is I deserve to be loved how I want to be loved. Boom. Addressed. And so saying that, then I was able to, that's where you're affirming something that is, I don't want to say weak, but you're kind of reinforcing it. So you're building up behind it and addressing it and flipping it, kind of. That's the kind of affirmation work. That's the kind of affirmation that comes out of belief work, kind of to change your beliefs. or rather to address your old beliefs and become more open to new beliefs. That's that first part. The second part is with desire. So when you want something that you don't currently have, you have to affirm that you are gonna get it because it's coming to you. What did they say? Ashe. It's already there. It's coming. Maktub. It is written. It's coming. It's done. So it's about you affirming that it is coming, and affirming who you might need to be or what you might need to do or be to get that thing. So for instance, I want to have a talk show, right? So there's beliefs around like I have to work on confidence, right? And presentation skills. So there's those belief pieces, like where I'm working through my limiting beliefs of like, people like to listen to me. People want to support me. People I don't want to say the beliefs because I don't believe them anymore, but those are stemming from, people don't want to support me, or I feel alone, or I feel like nobody cares about the things that I have to say, right? So opposite is, people care about me, people support me, people want to hear what I have to say. I will have a talk show. My first episode, June 2020, is what I have put out. So you see that kind of affirmation where there's the skill part of it, but then like, I'm going to do that. What else? I'm living a life of my creation. That's a twofold, right? Because I've always felt like a victim of circumstance a lot in life. So it's addressing a limiting belief. Plus, I am moving into a space of actively create what I want to see. And I am I don't want to say control. I'm in alignment with understanding my perspective and strengthening my understanding of my perspective always. So those are just two little things that help me before I make my affirmation. So being clear on what do I want. So like, that's for everything. This is in all aspects. I'm not just saying relationships. I'm not just saying in your wallet. I'm not just saying your food, but like, what do you want overall? So that when you're feeling like maybe doubtful, when you're randomly not doing anything either. If you have an affirmation, for instance, on your phone is really good as a background because you're affirming, just there. And then I just lost my train of thought. So I'm just going to stop here so I don't continue. But yeah, just to recap, 2 ways to work on creating really effective affirmations is understanding your limiting beliefs and where that comes from, meaning taking a look at the challenge areas of your life where you're not as successful, not as satisfied, not as fulfilled as you would like to be, and digging deep and not pointing fingers at other people, but trying to understand, what am I allowing? How is this? What seeds am I planting for this to be the flower that grew or the weed that grew? What is happening? And then the other part of it, after you have taken out the weeds, what kind of garden do you want to have? And affirming that I am a great gardener and I'm going to have a garden that yields a lot of fruit. And that's your affirmation. So hopefully those analogies were helpful. Hopefully this was helpful overall. Have a wonderful Friday.